is it going to stop me from coming up here and doing it? It's not.
Good. Don't let them intimidate you. They're being bullies.
Really?
They're being bullies.
You're being cited for
Oh, yeah?
5627 disorderly conduct. Are they actually not to interfere with what I'm doing?
I'm not interfering. He was talking to me. I was responding.
After I get done with this, and you're being detained right now.
I'm being
Thank you, Council President. Item 330 is the ordinance repealing San Diego Municipal Code Section 56.27 for disorderly conduct. If you'd like to speak to this item virtually, please be sure to raise your hand by pressing *9 or the raise your hand icon. And if you are here in council chambers, please be sure to submit your speaker slip to the front of the room at this time for better meeting management. Thank you, Council President.
All right, thank you. Well, staff, as you're settling yourselves in, when you're ready, introduce yourselves for the record and let us know how much time you need.
Good morning, Council President. Good morning, Council members. Michael Ruiz, Chief Park Ranger for the Parks and Recreation Department. Joining me today is Commander Grubbs with the San Diego Police Department. We'll need approximately 2 minutes.
All right, please proceed.
Today's item is requesting the adoption of an ordinance repealing Municipal Code Section 56.27, disorderly conduct. The ordinance is the subject of a current legal challenge in Dorsett versus the City of San Diego. The court issued in September 2024 a preliminary injunction prohibiting the citywide enforcement of the ordinance. The ordinance itself was enacted in 1905, amended in 1934, and has remained in effect without any substantive change since that time. San Diego Police Department, park rangers have other tools available to us, including state law, San Diego Municipal Code sections to assist in our enforcement actions. The proposed action is to adopt an ordinance repealing Chapter 5, Article 6, Division 00, Section 56.27 of the San Diego Municipal Code. We're happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you very much for the presentation. Clerk, please proceed with public comment.
Cesar Javier, if you can
iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
City of San Diego in trouble again because they don't seem to understand the First Amendment. First it was hot women doing yoga on the beach. Then it was beach volleyball before 8 a.m. nonsense. And then, of course, going back to 2023 and 2024, we had a bubble artist, like a busker. They make a little money from tips. They do shows and stuff for people in public areas. This was in Balboa Park. Another artist, San Diego spray paint artist, William Dorsett, essentially didn't file a lawsuit against the city himself. Instead, he successfully won a free speech appeal in 2024 after being fined by city park rangers for criticizing them. He called them bullies. Dorsett has had his disorderly conduct conviction thrown out and his fine refunded after his vocal criticism was deemed constitutionally protected free speech. And why wouldn't it be? He's on the line with us now. William, welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for standing up for your right to free speech, because a lot of people would get that ticket and they would just go, well, that sucks. And, we can complain that the taxpayers have to pay this settlement if we want, but the reality is it's not your fault. It's the city's fault for being dumb about this.
That would be correct. I mean, I was just doing what I felt was constitutionally right and trying to stand up for the bubble guy who was getting cited for doing a free speech performance in one of those designated free speech zones, but they didn't like me being there filming them.
Yeah, so first and foremost, this whole thing, if you'll take us back, it started, like you said, with there's a bubble artist. What was the beef against the bubble artist? As you said, he's in a public space. You can express yourself there. What was he doing that made the park rangers upset?
I am not 100% sure. Allegedly, according to the park rangers, his bubble solution got all over the concrete and created a slip and fall hazard. I went back a day or two later and sprayed some Dawn soap on the ground and some water and tried all I could to slip and fall and couldn't do it, and I had terrible shoes at the time. So their reasoning didn't seem legitimate to me.
Yeah,
but they were giving citations to buskers for all kinds of things that weren't actual real reasons to give them citations, just because they want the buskers to be certain places at certain times, and you better do as we say because we're park rangers and we have the power to tell you what to do.
Right. That does seem like a bit of a made-up excuse. I mean, the other thing is, I guess it's a litigious society and people worry about liability, but at the same time, it's like, hey, don't step in a puddle, and you probably won't slip and fall. It's not. It doesn't seem as though something like that is going to be some big toxic hazard. I mean, we got bigger problems with potholes in the city they don't fill.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get the settlement. What are you going to do with the money?
Well, the attorneys get most of that money. They worked 3 years on this case, and they worked really hard doing the motions and going to court and, doing the research. And they had the whole team of clerks, working. 2 attorneys worked on the case, not just one. Michelle and Tim both worked on the case.
Okay.
But, my little $50,000 that comes out of it, half of that's going to back rent that I haven't been able to pay because of different issues that have arisen from all of this.
Right. Wow. So this is going to be a blessing to you, though. This is going to be a blessing to you as a result of this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to help me fix some of my debts and hopefully get a better car and invest into making my business a little bit better, making my art better. And then if I have anything left after all that, I want to take a road trip and go visit some family and friends.
That's awesome. Where in the country would you go?
Well, I was going to do like a trip to Texas, then up to Colorado, then Minnesota, then back to the coast and back down. But, my original plan kind of got thwarted with the gas prices spiking the way they have.
Yeah. I paid
so
$5
I might take a train.
Yeah, you might have to take a train. Yeah. we have to be careful here because of FCC, but and I don't know the exact quote that you said, so we can't say any cuss words on the air. But when
there was no cuss word.
yeah, they cited you for lewd and whatever offensive speech, and what was reported in San Diegoville was that you just called them bullies. Is that all you said to them?
Yeah, well, I have a video of it online that you and the users or viewers can watch. It's called Ranger Danger, the Saga Continues. And it actually goes over the entire situation, including, what prompted me to go down and observe in the first place. But
Yeah.
what I had said, and this may be a little bit off, but it's almost exactly what I said, was the bubble guy was like, I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to keep coming back. And I said, good. Don't let them intimidate you. They're being bullies.
Okay.
And the moment the word bullies come out of my mouth, Ranger Altino turns and looks at me and says, you're being cited and detained for
Wow.
56.27 disorderly conduct.
Wow. 56.27 disorderly conduct, vulgar, offensive, and indecent for saying don't be intimidated, don't let them bully you. That's insane. Well, listen, William, thank you for...
It's even more insane when you hear what the judge said in the first trial. He said that I intended to disturb the Rangers, and because of the word disturb, that's what made me guilty.
I was unaware, William, that we have a right to go through life being completely undisturbed by things around us. I was unaware that we have a right to be undisturbed all the time.
Yeah, well, apparently being disturbed is too much for a law enforcement official, doing their jobs. They just can't handle being called bullies.
Yeah, wow. Fascinating stuff. Well, hey, listen, William, thank you for your time, buddy. We appreciate it. Thank you for being willing to come on with us, and I hope that you can get your rent stuff settled out and be able to take that trip. Hopefully later this summer, gas prices will come down. You'll be able to take that trip to visit family. But appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, you too. That's William Dorsett. He didn't file the lawsuit by himself, but he successfully won a free speech appeal back in 2024, and now the city is doling out $450,000. As he said, $400,000 that's going to his attorneys, but he's got the $50,000 and he can pay his back rent. And all he said, at least according to this, and hey, the court case says that's it, was don't be intimidated, don't let them bully you, because the bubble man was doing a performance. They were trying to kick him out of there. Look, I get it. I understand, and I'd love to hear from you on this stuff. Buskers can be annoying if there's too many of them in a given place. But also, we do have a right to express ourselves. And would you rather have somebody doing busking, meaning somebody playing a guitar or doing a magic trick or doing bubble tricks or something like that? Would you rather have them doing that for money? Or would you rather have them walking up to you at the gas station trying to beg? And the way I would look at it is, at least an artist is doing something in exchange